It's been a long goddamn time, Dr. Comar, Anti Network. Dr. Comar, how you feeling, brother? What's the life like over there, man? Took a nice hiatus. You know what I'm saying? I'll be back with Christ and all that stuff. A lot been going on, man. So talk to the people, man. What's the word?
It ain't been a long time. I mean, I think we did one around Thanksgiving. I don't know if you posted it or not.
I did not.
I'm off. I think you moved a couple times. I did. If we get back into it, I had a stroke. If you haven't got the second book, The Lynch Mob Story, it's out. Been
That
out.
link gonna be up. That link gonna be up.
Construction on the veteran houses. But that's neither here nor there.
Hey, I'm so cool with the edits. We're gonna chop all that up. We're gonna get it in there. Without further ado, we got some things to talk about. Terrance Howard has came on the list of discussion today with the mathematics of what we have today is wrong. Dr. Comar is a supporter of Terrance Howard and the way the math we've been taught is wrong.
What's 1 times 1?
1 times 1 is 1.
So tell us, brother, what is the word with this?
I didn't say it was right, but I said I think it makes sense because I did talk to my son the other day when we was at gymnastics about how people just believe everything that they hear. He always talk about, well, if it's on the internet, it's right, or if somebody teaches you something, it's right. And I think Terrance Howard had a point when he said 1 times 1 is.
To multiply means to do what? To make more, right?
Yes.
Increase in number?
Yes.
Multiply?
Yes.
How can 1 times 1 equaling 1 be part of the multiplication table?
1. And I asked my son that same question when I a couple of days ago before hearing this, and I was like, "Do you understand that people always tell you something that's not always true? And your teacher taught you 2 plus 2 equals 4." I said, "Did you believe him or her?" And he said, "Yeah." I said, "Why?" And he said, "Because they're a teacher." I said, "But did you go look it up for yourself? Did you go research it? Did you go years and years or decades and centuries ago to understand what that meant or how they got to it or understand the philosophy or the physics behind it or whatever the case may be?" And he said, "No." I said, "So why do you believe that?" And he said, "I just do." And understandably not, Terrance Howard had a point to me.
It fails to satisfy the term multiply. It doesn't multiply. Does it? What's an action times an action?
You got some weed.
No, I'm asking you. Honestly, I'm asking. Reason. Reason. I want you to reason.
If we multiply, as you say, just like in evolution, me and my wife, we had sex.
What do you mean by that?
We actually had a baby, right? That's multiplication. 1 times me times my wife, right? Times my wife had a child. That's another child. That's another person, right? That's not 1. That's not another. That's not 2. I mean, that's not 1, right? That's 2. That's 3. So that makes sense. So 1 times 1 equals 2. That would be the multiplication in that factor, because in evolution, our evolutionary boundaries going toward that is to keep multiplying.
I don't know.
What's an action times an action? A reaction, right?
Okay.
Have you ever seen an action times an action without a reaction? Have you? No. Because equanimity is the currency of the universe. There's always an action times an action having a reaction. So how can 1 times 1 equal 1?
Just like everybody keeps saying, there's 12 months in a year, but it's not. It's actually 13 if you do the math.
How can A times B just be A? and not B? What happened to consequences?
Terrance, these are late night conversations.
These are, no, these
Yeah,
are,
they are.
this is the beginning of our understanding. It should fit. What kind of calculator you got? What kind of phone you got?
The iPhone?
Okay, go to your calculator.
Whatever the new.
No, go to your calculator. Go to your calculator.
All right.
Go to your calculator.
Yeah, I
You
got
do too. You got iPhone?
What are we doing?
I want both of y'all to do two separate things. I want to do the same thing to start with. Turn it to the side.
Okay.
All right, now I want you to both hit the number 2. Did the whole calculator show up?
Hit number what?
Hit the number 2.
Number
2.
2.
Go to the square root. It is the second column from the left, third row. It'll have that squiggly
Yeah.
thing.
All right.
You
1.4.
1.414213563373095.
Yep. Holy
Now
crap.
I want you two to do two separate things now. Two separate things. I want you to multiply it by 2, hit times 2, equal, don't you do it.
Okay.
And I want you to hit x to the third. X to the third, it's going to be...
Times 3?
No, x to the third.
Oh, X. Oh, okay. I see it.
X to the third.
Yeah, I got you. All right. 1.1.
No, you didn't hit x to the third.
Yes, I did.
If you hit x to the third...
Oh, I'm sorry. You're right. You're right.
So
I
go
did
back
that.
again.
Okay,
You
so
keep
now
yours where you are.
Yeah, I'm
2,
good.
2
square root,
square root.
and hit x to the third.
All right. 2.82.
2.828, 4271, 2174, 6190. The same value you got
Yeah.
by multiplying it by 2.
Yeah.
And he just cubed it. Divide it by 2 again. Both of y'all.
Divide it by 2.
No, divide by 2. Hit equal. Now, cube it again. Hit x to the third.
Yeah.
You see that loop?
Yeah.
That's saying x cubed is equal to 2x, which is equal to x plus x. That's an unnatural equation. That's a mathematical fallacy. And that's the beginning of your math. That's how I invented tangential flight, because your math, someone programmed that lie in there and lied to you and everyone, and all your fundamentals are off.
Right? If you do 52 weeks in a year, right? If you divide that, right? Do it. If you do the math, right? It's 13 months in a year, not 12. And if you go back centuries before, right? It'll actually tell you that we erased the 13th month in a year on December.
You believe that?
I know you are.
Listen. I'm fair at anything when I hear it for the first time. I just never heard of this first time. So, it do say 52 weeks in the calendar year. Now, we do 52 divided by what? 12? That's what we do, right?
13.
13.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we got 4.
You got 4, right? Because originally they're supposed to be how many weeks in each month?
Weeks 4, usually, yeah.
There you go, right? So every month was originally supposed to have 4 weeks.
But don't the days from, like, for example, you got February, that's like 28. Some days go to 30, 31. Don't that equate for the weeks though? Now that
because we started doing daylight savings time and all that type of stuff, so that we can push out months and days and years, so that we can have 12 months instead of 13. Now you got to go back and you got to look up, when did they take out that 13th month, bro? Trust me. So yes, I agree with Terrance Howard, bro. Everything doesn't always add up to where it's supposed to be.
So when he said he can recreate Saturn in this reality that we live in, or simulation,
No,
I
that's-
want to put it. And he did say it. I'm gonna put the clip up too.
We took linchpins, this configuration of where 6 pentagons meet, and we put them in particular order. There's a link for that right inside of the thing that James Pellegrini sent over to you. If you'll pull that up, and we rebuilt the planet Saturn without gravity. And it has the rings with no animation. It has the rings and the hexagon that's observed at the very top of it, without dark matter, without dark energy, without gravity, showing that it's an outward force pushing down that creates the planet.
So in the Bible, it says that we are, if you reach into like the spiritual world and you go into God and you get deep down into it, right? We are basically wizards and mediators, right? Or mediums and stuff like that, right? You go to sleep and you get deep down into it, right? You are reaching into the spiritual world. You are actually going into let's say different multiverses, if that's the easiest way for me to say it or whatever. Actually dream into your other dreams. You can actually reach out into your different lives, and you can actually see your future or see your past and see your other lives. So in his aspect, I understand what he's saying, but creating another Saturn, I don't believe that. Creating a different version of yourself because you're looking into a different life, I believe he can do that. But no, creating a different Saturn, no, I don't think he can do that. Gotta dive into the book, baby. You gotta Matthews 5:13, man. You gotta jump into that thing, man. I don't know, y'all gotta pick up that Bible, bro.
And then the Lord said,
I know we ain't been to the moon. That I do know.
Nah, that's a different conversation for a different day. But this is the anti-network.
and then the Lord said,